Hey guys, thank you for joining us today. This is Dr. Fincher and I'm here with Dr. Rose.
Hello.
And our talk today, our webinar, Stressed Out, Overwhelmed, and Fed Up. We're going to be talking about 4 key areas that relate to emotional and body wellness: depression, anxiety, general stress, and ADHD. So let's get started. So the warning signs of stress. And I've broken these up into 2 categories: emotional symptoms and physical symptoms, because as you'll learn as we talk about these things today, you'll see that it can affect, and does for all these areas, affect both your emotional functioning and your physical functioning. So stress, emotionally, we can be agitated, feel overwhelmed, having difficulty quieting our mind and relaxing, having low self-esteem, feelings of worthlessness, and even avoiding others. Physically, we can have low energy, frequent headaches, gastrointestinal issues, aches and pains in our muscles, difficulty sleeping. You can see all the list of these symptoms here. It's quite an extensive list. So our whole talk today is about tips and tricks to deal with these 4 areas. So my first tip for overall stress is deep breathing. And this is a technique that I teach a lot of my clients to do because it's very rhythmic and specific to how you do deep breathing. So it's very simple. You can see the graphic here and the written instructions. So you're going to breathe in to a count of 4, breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, holding for a count of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and breathing out through your mouth for a count of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You pause for a count of 4 and you do that 4 times. This is a really great technique to do when you're feeling overwhelmed and stressed and even anxious. The next tip I have for stress management is the schedule of recent experience. So this link here links you to a 2-page questionnaire that allows you to see how many experiences you've had over the past year that increases your vulnerability to illness based on the stress factors that they cause. And you'll see as you click on this link that there are what we call areas of general stress and areas of what we call eustress, which is good stress. So things like that would be like having a baby, or getting married, or buying your first house, or even things like attending college for the first time. Other areas of stress might be losing a job, or having someone that you care about pass away. And so all of these things, good and bad, can contribute to our overall health and wellness as it relates to stress.
All right, with that, I'm going to take over. So in my area, when it comes to dealing with stress management, I like to tell my patients to kind of visualize their life with their stressors as like a bucket. And you have, in this bucket, you can put everything as far as family stress, work stress, physical stress, all those things that we deal with from, day in and day out. But the problem with this bucket is that eventually it's going to overflow. When that bucket overflows is when our body tends to break down and we get sick. So stress in the body, basically what it's doing is it's sending your central nervous system into what we call fight or flight. It's going to decrease your digestion, increase respiration, leaves our body more susceptible to sickness. And this is not good because the top killers in the United States are actually stress-induced. Cancer, even though people will say that's hereditary, well, if it runs in your family and you're constantly stressed out, are your chances worse, or are better or worse of getting cancer? Well, if you're constantly stressed out and your body can't handle that stress, you're more likely to get cancer. Heart disease and diabetes are those other 2 killers. So not managing stress can actually kill you. All right, so My tips and tricks on how to handle stress is really going to be something super simple. Exercise is going to be at the top of the list, just because if you have a super stressful day, you're not feeling good, you go out for a run, well, you're going to feel much better after that run. You're going to feel like a weight has been lifted off your shoulders just because you actually went out there and did something physical. Now, the science behind that, we'll talk a little bit about it later, but it's all about proprioceptions, which is just good signals that are sent to your brain from moving your joints. It just helps charge the brain's batteries. My other tip is going to be prayer and meditation. This is something that I use personally. Being a Christian, being able to sit there and pray and, for a good 20 minutes or so, I just feel so much better afterwards. The same thing with meditation. If you can take the time to really just invest in yourself, be able to release those negative thoughts, it's going to really benefit you as far as stress management, but also physically too. Okay, so the next video that we're going to do is based off depression, which we'll be going into in just a sec. But we're going to give you guys a timeout here to look over some things and also go over some prizes as well.